Hi, Smith from Soul Pathways. Happy Tuesday, 14th. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Just wanted to come back to give another update. Share a little bit of my truth for my unconventional love story, Long Walk Home. It's been a minute, so figured, why not? I sincerely hope everybody's been doing well. It's 100 degrees here today. Like what? I was saying to Dad, I call God Dad, where the hell are the cactus? I mean, like, really? Last I checked, I'm not in that area of the country to be feeling like 100-degree weather. And I'm looking at the weather app, and next Wednesday it's only going to be 72. So now that's more like it, Michigan weather. There you go. Now we got it, and if you're from Michigan, then you know. So yeah, 100 degrees. 90 in the shade. So I'm in the shade. No complaints. I'd much prefer it to be warm than cold. Anyways, if you're wondering why you might want to follow along with this conversation, check out my second video. This will be my 28th installment to this series. And I do say curse words, I cuss. So if you're sensitive to or fragile to curse words and cussing, you might want to click off. This might not be your channel, because I am somebody who's very raw and very real. This is definitely my story. This is a story, I call it my unconventional love story, The Long Walk Home. It's not a story about love, but it is, because it covers my life. Story back to self, story about my spiritual journey, and it might tap into romantic love, but it's my story and how it can help you. Let's see. I was born a psychic medium, and on this spiritual journey, I am very close with divine creator, whatever you want to call a higher power for yourself. I am spiritual, not religious, but I am a chosen of the 144. I'm an earth angel, and my purpose here on earth is to help collective raise in frequency. And it was my Father, God, who actually put me up to doing this. The whole truth sharing was his idea. He insists. And so I do. When he tells me to do, I do. Because I am a prophet as well. Because he has things he has to say through me to you guys as well. And oftentimes I've noticed in my life, I know stuff I'm not even sure how I know. And there's confirmation on that. And I do know how I know. It's him. It's always been God for me. So if you want to tune in, this is a channel that covers my story, but it's meant to guide you, because the way my life has been, my journey started right at birth, and I'll be 50 this year, so my journey's 50 years long, and I've been through, I don't look it, but I've been through practically everything, a lot of things that most people, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. My journey's been really challenging. We'll just say it like that, and I'm gonna just understate it for now and leave it with the period. And the reason I do that is just to say that this channel is to be a light, because I know for a fact I was put through those things because Dad knows in this world people go through stuff, and he needed me to go through those things too, and then to heal them so that I could help other people. So in essence, I was put through a barrage of events in my lifetime, and then I had to work myself out of them with his help to show that I could successfully do it. So I could inspire hope and let the world know that that's something they could also do. And that's why I'm here. Because I have stories, a life story to share, full of events just like that. Currently dealing with homelessness, joblessness, gang stalking, you name it, identity theft, not nice people oppressing me. We're talking, it's nasty, some of the stuff I'm going through. And, this would really hit home for other chosen, but this is for everybody, because who in this world hasn't been bullied? Who in this world hasn't, dealt with some form of abuse or neglect or, harsh environments or periods of time where they didn't have food or money or a car, or dealt with where am I going to live, or dealt with how am I going to pay for this, that, or the other, or were without a job, or had people working against them, gossip. I've dealt with all of that. I'm currently dealing with some of that, and the only reason why I get through any of it is my dad, God, divine, creator, Allah, whatever you want to call that. I happen to know, as an ancient soul, somebody who was incarnated for her first go-round well before humanity even existed, that there's literally one source energy that created it all. But I digress on that front, because that's not what the purpose of my channel is about. My channel is not about judgment. I love everybody. I'm a love incarnate earth angel, believe it or not. I actually am somebody who loves and accepts all people, and I've lived one of the hardest lives probably I'll have to admit I've ever lived, that I can remember, because we are always born with amnesia, but there are rules and regulations with that too as children that can actually be something that can be surpassed. So what's my truth? Well, the crumbling, which I brought up in the last video or two, is that I'm looking to move. The bills and joblessness and homelessness. I've been dealing with so much stress, you know. How do we cope with all that? You're looking at somebody with a degree in a master's degree in counseling, where I specialized in alternative medicine and therapies, Eastern, believe it or not, as well as specializing truly in the mind-body aspect of it all. How our thoughts affect our reality, as well as how do our thoughts affect our body and our emotions. How do those affect that as well? I'm a firm believer that we make ourselves ill and we can heal ourselves. In fact, I'm proof that we do. And there's more with that to come, because I'm somebody who knows that our thoughts play a role in this, but I want to work some things out more with that before I step into that. My truth for today, though, is the healing of the stress. And what am I doing? Well, when you work with divine, I surrender daily. So he's my boss. If you have a boss, you know you can't really go above your boss. So it's like I had to wait until I could get approval on things, and I finally got approval. So yay! I'm moving forward in some things, but before that, I'll have to admit, I struggled with spiritual warfare strongly over the last few days. Yeah. Seems my apps want me to not believe in God, and they want me to quit believing in my own intuition, and they want me to quit believing in myself. That was their whole route, was to make me completely stop believing and having faith in myself, and trusting my own gut, and trusting in my everything. Confusing me. And admittedly, I spent, how many days was it? Three days or so working through a mess of dynamics within the energy. This gooey darkness of projected gunk. And now they reap those rewards through divine, because judgment was called confirmation. Those people, have they been removed? I will say that they are definitely paying the price. I think what I can say, because I'm an eternal optimist, what that did for me was they brought to the surface some truths within this journey for myself. They made me realize some things about the journey that I wasn't recognizing or voicing, and that I was able to get out to my dad. That I wouldn't have been able to had I not gone through their horrific onslaught of dark energies. And you'll know if you know. And what I can say here is, you wake up one day and you just don't feel like yourself. For somebody who's an optimist to wake up feeling all of a sudden like pessimistic, and you want to cry, you got a headache, you start saying stuff that's completely the opposite of things that you normally don't say, but you keep saying it anyway, and it's not like, give me a shovel, I'm gonna dig a hole and throw myself into it sort of thing starts happening. And when that happens, because it isn't the first time, Dad, and he knows it too. It's not the first time they've done something like this between me and my dad. It's the second, third, maybe even fourth time. They've tried to throw wrenches between me and my dad in our relationship. And it's hurtful. It hurts me. But with each time, it always grows me. And I'm just gonna say what I heard. It pisses my ancestors off to no end. They're very protective, my ancestors. And I can't even begin to tell you how many ancestors I have. As old as I am, I've lost count. And I'm starseed. So I have my starseed families as well that witness everything. I'll just say, safety measures have been put in this place, and I'm leaving it at that. Fuck around now and find out. Confirmation. Because I know that this upset, as it would, it upset my dad as well. I mean, why wouldn't it? And how does this relate? Well, I mean, think about if you're a parent and you keep telling your child over and over and over to stop doing something, and they just completely ignore you. Have you ever dealt with an insubordinate child? how do you handle that? I mean, you can't kill them. I mean, you might want to. I always pray to God and be like, please let me have my kids still tomorrow. Please don't let me be childless in the morning. Please, because I mean, let's face it, we're only human. There are times where you just want to, you need to walk away because you've just lost every bit of your calm. You're like, yep, I have to exit the building. I'll be back. Yeah, don't call me. Mom is off for now. Call your dad, call somebody, don't call me. But honestly, you know, when you give your children, you know, warning after warning after warning not to do something or to quit doing something, and they continue. There comes a final warning, and then when they continue after that, there are then consequences. That's what I just heard. And so for those that were heading that situation, they're currently paying for it or will be paying for it. So what did that look like? It was depression. It was quitting, wanting me to quit. Obviously, it's a devil. Devil made me do it, sort of thing. Devil made me fall off the bandwagon. Devil made me talk dirty. Honestly, it got dark. It's like getting your dick knocked into the dirt. Not that I have a dick, but sometimes I wonder if mine's bigger than everybody else's. And I've said that before, because that and my backbone seems to be bigger than a lot of people's around here. I'm around a lot of people that do dirty, shady shit. And there are people who throw stones and hide hands, and there are people who think they're all this and a bag of chips, but then they run and hide. See, that's a great thing about being somebody who stands on business and speaks the truth. I don't have to. And I don't need to do no spell work either. Because I didn't do anything wrong. And they always try to do this to ruin my weekend. I've noticed that pattern too. The onset is usually Friday, and then it ends on Sunday. It's every weekend. They've been trying to do it every weekend. Without fail. So, we're calling judgment on that pattern, and we're ending and flipping and switching the script. They're going to get a nice little surprise come the coming weekends. So how did I deal with it? I talked and I cried, and then I journaled and I wrote songs, and I talked some more, and I talked a lot of shit, and then I cried and I talked and I talked. And I think through my talking, God knew. Confirmation. He knew. He gathered what the heck was what, and he was handling it. He's so gracious. He didn't punish me. He didn't even make me repent. Because he knew that I was being operated by something I didn't even understand what was going on. And I didn't. I just woke up that way. And I went to take my spiritual bath, and boom. So, and because of the state of my financial affairs, it's been very hard to cleanse and things of that nature. I'm on very hard times in the moment. It's all in the works to change. But when you're taking advantage of somebody's hardships for your own gain, God's gonna whip your motherfucking ass. Guarantee it. So are the starseeds, and so are the ancestors. Somebody's very, very ill. And there's a reason for that. And I wound up crying my ass off over it over the weekend. This is somebody who's hurt me profusely and won't stop hurting me. But I wound up crying about them being ill. Because I feel at fault. But I know it's not. They make choices. This is their responsibility, not mine. I didn't make them hurt me. They chose to take actions to harm me. But because of who I am, I'm crying because I feel hard in myself about what's going on for them. And so I had to go to God with that. It's ridiculous, being kind when it's turned against you. It's ridiculous when you live in a world that sees kindness now as almost like a human frailty. Like, what the fuck? Like, kindness as something's wrong with you. Or here's another one. If you're gorgeous, you certainly can't be smart too. Especially if you're a woman. If you're gorgeous, and I know there are women out there who know what I'm talking about. If you are gorgeous, you definitely don't fucking have a fucking brain in your head. You're just fuckable. Right? And by far, if you're small in stature, and you're a blonde, and you're good looking, and you dress feminine, oh shit, every man on the face of this fucking earth thinks he can take advantage of you, and you can't kick their fucking ass for shit. Guess I showed you. Not all women are created equal. Are they? Because despite all you say, I am fucking gorgeous. Imperfections and all, this 49-year-old woman looks fucking fine. And I know it. And I say that humbly. You think I ever get a fucking compliment? No, I compliment myself. Do I need a fucking compliment? No, I fucking compliment myself. I hug myself. I kiss myself. I have to. I am my own fucking family. But all these assumptions based upon what your eyes see is utter BS. And that's my truth. So many people made assumptions about me. Have you ever had that happen to you? Like, just based upon how you look or what you do, certain people pass judgments on you. And you, let's say your story wasn't the same and you had an opportunity to show them that you weren't that in the end. That's been my case here. And will continue to be my case. Because then they tried to spread rumors that I was cheap and easy. Like that I'd sleep with everybody because I was good looking. I've been celibate 15 fucking years. I got a chastity belt on so fucking tight, and God's got the keys. I don't plan to have sex until after I'm married. After, folks. Not a moment before. True. Just putting that out there for anybody advancing who thinks otherwise. Any bets you've made, you best call them off, because you're gonna lose. Big. And I'll make sure of it. You're talking to a sexual abuse victim. Don't fuck with me. Not that I don't know how to have fun, or that I haven't healed that. That is not the fucking top priority here. And if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and this is your top priority, keep trekking. You are not my material. Facts. I want a kingdom spouse, not a gigolo. Confirmation. Let me make another thing clear. I spent the first part of my life being a very independent person in terms of relationships. I asked many men out. I was forward enough to do that. Confirmation from God, all this wind. He watched me do it. I even asked the men to marry me. And then I asked for those divorces as well. I knew what I wanted and I knew what was right and wrong. Then I realized, when I sat back in, what was it, mid-30s, later 30s, I got to thinking, even in my 40s, it might have been in my 40s, because I did that, I realized never did I allow the opportunity for them to ever come towards me, so I never knew if anybody ever wanted to come towards me. So I promised myself I was never, ever, ever again chasing a man. Instead, I would attract in what I deserve. I am more old-fashioned in terms in that way with family and relationships. Outside of that, highly unconventional, but within my family unit and my relationships. Taurus. So I am very Scorpio Taurus. If you know, you know. I have a Scorpio rising in my Western. Puts Taurus in my 7th. I'm very old-fashioned. I won't chase you. Ever. Especially, and I will repeat this, especially if you've done me wrong. You'll never hear from me again. Unless God tells me to. I will say this. Forgiveness. It's the thing that sets you free in life. And I forgive. I forgive everything. We don't forgive. And I've spoken on this before, so I'll keep it very brief. We don't forgive people for those people. We forgive people for ourselves. Forgiveness is a tool in our toolbox as a counselor. We use this tool to help us move forward on our journeys of self-love. It's a self-love tool. And our first act of forgiveness should be for ourselves, not other people. Within situations, you should always forgive yourself first, because that's what's needed first. We always put ourselves last. What the fuck? We need more love, and when I say that, I don't mean it with other people. We need it for ourselves. Love you, love you, love, 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 love you. Because you need your love more than anything in this fucking world. Pour into yourself, man. People wonder why I spend so much time alone. I'm loving me. I'm being harmed. I'm in detrimental situations where I need to spend more time loving me. So I do. I encourage you to do the fucking same. In a world that's so chaotic right now, more people should be at home loving them fucking selves than being out. Facts. Instead of spending money buying shit that can't ever love them. You can't take that with you, just saying. And I'll just say, I'm a culprit here, you know, buying food and eating your shit away. I will be talking on that later. You're looking at somebody who's been nearing 400 pounds multiple times in her life. I'm finally getting down to my right weight, and I have spoken with God about maintenance and keeping it this way for the rest of my life. I'm done with this journey. I'm willing to work it out once I get through this. I have to get through this first. See, there's the other thing. Taking on way too many changes at once, don't do it. You will wind up failing. One or two. Usually one big one at a time. Just saying, is the best. Like I'm working through 2 right now. I'm trying to do a job change, and actually 3, but one's being handled by divine, so I'm kind of I surrender all of that. I'm healing the gang, stalking, and then the job, and divine is dealing with the move. And I'm very lucky to have a dad who loves me so much. I don't have a family outside of that, or anybody who helps. And I have a son. But if you have a teenage child, then you understand, in part, what I'm talking about in terms of I don't have any help. I've been trying to get more help. That's been fun. Yeah. Not. We'll just have to put a pin in that topic too. The whole child. While I'm going through it all. But you know, I think one thing that really helped me through this last weekend was the singing. My dad encouraged me to start singing, and not alone, out loud and in public. And so I went to the park on Saturday, and I started singing out loud right at a filled park in front of everybody on Saturday. And it was nice. It made me feel good. And then Sunday, here, I think it's just an outlet, because like some people will work out, and that's like, you know, you're releasing those endorphins and things. For me, it's like singing. And dancing. When I'm singing and dancing, I'm releasing endorphins, I guess. So I sat here and I belted out some tunes on Sunday, which was really nice. I did it, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe? So, I don't know, I'm considering continuing to do that, because here's the thing at the park, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't give a flying shit what people think. I did it for myself, and because God encouraged me to just start singing. I didn't even face everybody. I was facing the river because I had come to meditate. He just said start singing. And there were spaces around me that were open, and I didn't really want people close to me. When I'm meditating, that's, I don't know, like an invasion of privacy. But there was like a group of 8 or 10 that came and sat and listened to me sing. Like, at first it was all women. All the men decided to sit elsewhere. They had found a picnic table off to the back, and they were sitting there. And then the women went and joined them, and then they all came back with camping chairs and everything. And they were sitting there while I was singing. I had sang for like an hour and a half. I sang song after song after song. And they just were sitting there, and the men were all in these camping chairs, and the women were it was weird. They're all like listening to me. But it was a release for me. I wasn't doing it to gain any notoriety or anything. I had just spent 2 hours crying earlier before the scene, and because of all the dark, inky energy, and essentially fighting with my dad. And then he just had me start singing, and it made me feel better. So I did it. And I'll admit, first, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, I was maybe not jittery in my hands, but maybe more so in my butt. In my butt. But it went away. It always goes away. I remember that happening when I karaoke too. And when I was in choir. I mean, but usually when I get on stage alone. For like 10 or 20 seconds. And then it just disappears. And I think that's normal. It's just normal. You just breathe. And then on Sunday, that was on Saturday, and on Sunday it didn't even happen. On Sunday I just sang. And here, and then, oh yeah, I went back to the hotel, and I sang for another 30 minutes in the hotel parking lot. To everybody in the hotel parking lot. Yeah, I don't care if they liked it or not. I guess. I heard, wouldn't it be nice if they did though? I guess. I hope that you enjoy it. I do it because it's been helping me emotionally. It's been an emotional outlet for me. Because, like a creative outlet. I've been writing my own music, and I just started that. I've never written a song. I just started writing my own music, and then singing. I've been singing my whole life, but the writing and the music, I needed to sing because, quite frankly, it got really dark. Have you ever felt like you just thought it was going to be over for you? Have you ever felt like the world would be better off without you in it? That was the energy that was sent to me. I know it ain't true, but that's where I was, and I was fighting that, I'll just call it spirit, in me. With everything I had, I was fighting it. Because it was telling me horrible stuff. Devil is a liar. It wants you to believe that you're worthless, that everything you do won't amount to anything, that you're always going to be nothing, that nothing's ever going to work out for you, that God's not real, that there will never be favor on your life, that there's no way anything's ever going to manifest for you. There will never be love, never be money, never be hope, never be faith, never be joy. Nobody loves you. You'll never have love. You'll never be beautiful. You'll never make it. And it's all horse shit. Not today, Satan. Not today. Because when I sang, and I turned around and I looked at that group of people, they were smiling and laughing and talking, and a couple of them looked at me and they were in awe, and I saw it on their face. And I should have smiled back, but I was scared. I'll admit I was scared. Of what? I was still dealing with something inside still. Even though I seen how beautiful the all was. I dealt with this for 3 days. This was on Saturday. It didn't go away until Sunday. Ask Dad. I dealt with it through Saturday. I was still telling Dad I wanted to quit even after all that singing. But I had moments of hope and reprieve, and the singing brought that. And what I can say here is, it was God. When things got dark, I went to my dad and I didn't let go. We might have not been, I might have been having hard words and a hard time with them. But I even said, I'm gonna always love you, Dad. Because I will. He's my father and he's my family. And I mean family. He's my dad. When you fight with your dad, do you just toss him in the garbage and walk away and be like, well, I'll get another one? I mean, no, you don't fucking toss your dad in the garbage and go get another one. That's my father, my dad. I'm not going to get another one. That's my dad. I'm going to work that out. My dad works everything out with me. This is the only dad that's ever worked things out with me. And that's how I healed this. Is I didn't quit trying to work it out, even though the words coming out of my mouth felt odd and not right. My dad knew. I know he knew. Because I wasn't talking normal. I was talking all jacked up and negative. And that's not me. I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm not. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but I am somebody who typically can see the positive and good in most everything. And I'm somebody who will honestly say, yeah, even on a hard day, I can still see the good in it. But these attacks were downright cruel. And the person behind them, they sold their soul to the devil. Confirmation. And you want to know why? And what it was over? He promised the devil he could kill me. He even got an extension on it. And he didn't succeed. He did not succeed at killing me. Did ya? Here's the little thing. You weren't killing me. You were trying to kill God, your maker. Are you out of your damn mind messing with my father like that? I love my father, and I'm very protective of my father. He can take care of his own, but I love him very much. He protects me, and I can't help but, as a human, to love and protect my own father. I've been telling you all along that you don't fight me. My name might be Samantha Eagles, but it is God that I stand for, and that I came here for love and peace. So to this person, this man who headed this horrendous campaign against me, I already know that you're going to pass on, and I'm very sorry about that. I'm praying for you, because I know underneath all of the possession, because you have multiple possessions, there's a soul, a man, a human, that was just traumatized and needed to be healed. Just wanted validation and love, probably from his parents. Man, I want you to know I love you, and I'm sorry this happened to you in this lifetime. I'm not somebody who holds shit. So I'm not going to hold a tear, and I'm not going to hold back in saying that this world will be incomplete without you. I don't care if other people feel differently. I'm an angel, and I see things different, because when I look at you, I see the little you. And I see a genuine little soul who just needed to be healed and loved, and who had a very traumatic life. Because at the end of the day, you're a human. You're a human like me, have a family. And I'm just sad that this is how you ended that life of yours. Now you'll never have to cross paths with me again. Many of you will never, well, actually, nobody will. This is my last incarnation. But had it not been, many of you were being taken off of my path anyway. So I won't be incarnating ever again. Confirmed. So for those of you who have missed your boat in meeting me, it has been a pleasure walking this journey with you. And I want to thank you for the lessons and the blessings to the family that raised me, the siblings and the parents that did their best to accept me and love me. It's tough when you already, I've known this for a very long time, that I won't be coming back. And I've always felt thankful about it. And I kind of now know even more why, because of how hard it's been. This has been a really very hard life for me. But I am so grateful to God and my spirit family, for the angels, for my ancestors and stars. Without them, I wouldn't have made it. You guys would have killed me. You would have had your way. You would have succeeded. So, that's my truth. What else, Dad? I'm still in designing mode. I'm still in healing mode, designing mode. Like I said, Dad gave me some approvals recent in terms of work, and so I'm on that. I'm not being allowed to share too much on that front, or in terms of the moving. But I can say, there's confirmation, I can say that I will keep you updated on these fronts. I need you to understand, the purpose here of my channel is to let you know that no matter how hard life gets, no matter how stuck or how dark, or where you seem to think you're at, how low you go, there's always a way out. Just look up. God, or whatever that higher power is for you. Like I said, I'm spiritual, not religious. I've never even read the Bible. Yet God chose me. I'm a chosen one and I'm anointed. I am. You would have to watch all my programs, all the others in the series to hear the rest of my, other parts of my story, because this is already over an hour. But people have always questioned all of that because of how I look and how I come up, and because I'm quiet, and because of this, and what that says is more about them and less about me. What it says is a lot more about humanity. Humanity's ability to make assumptions, judging books by their covers. And the other one is humanity's ability to accept gossip as fact, when it's not fact at all. So, one second. You'd think in the tech age, people would be more prone to fact check things, but I guess that really wouldn't make a world of difference, considering a lot of the information put out on me was rigged. What do I mean by that? A lot of forgery, a lot of documents were confirmation. A lot of documents were redacted or made to fit. My identity was stolen. So I had people out there pretending to be me, to steal from me, to do all sorts of shit to ruin my life. Since birth, government's involved. I give this to God, and I call judgment on it. On every level, in every dimension, in every direction. And I ask for justice. I want everything that's mine returned to me. And I want to know exactly who I am. I want answers. And I want a new social security number. And name. My choice. And protection. I want it all private. From here on out. Sealed to anybody. To anybody. I do mean anybody. I don't care what you think your access is. Because supposedly we've got some crooked cops and judges and everything involved here. So I suppose when you work directly with God, even the government of the USA thinks they're entitled to put their noses in your business. But God, who created everybody and everything, said, He doesn't care about this government. He's like, what government? Do you think he cares about this government? He's laughing. Confirmation. He's totally confirming that. Okay. He's like, okay. The very moment we begin to think our governments are more important than God is the day the rivers bleed red. I just heard that. And we're really we're in deep shit. Because here's the thing. Many of these rulers who are acting like they've got God's blessing, they do not have God's blessing. Some might. Some are working. Some speak with God. Some do. Confirmation. So we do have some. We do have some that work with God. So all is not lost at 111. There's always hope. Like I said, we're not here for destruction. We're here to make changes where God needs to pull out some things that are causing issues. It's just time, is what I'm hearing. It's just time. So stop causing issues and let him do it already. There's, yeah. What else? Yeah. It's already begun. So, and it's a process that's it's not an overnight learning process. It's something that's we need. It will transform slowly. So that was also just confirmed. We have the semi just sitting there. Calling judgment there. Well, we now know who's gang stalking in their work vehicle. Calling judgment on the all-new vehicle worker. That's funny. Anyway, anything else, Dad? No, changes are coming. More changes are coming. We're seeing them. No need to be afraid. Incremental, right? Did I hear that right? Incremental small changes. Shifts throughout the rest of the year into 2027. You'll see old paradigms fall, new paradigms rise. Replacements. Don't be surprised and don't be scared. Understand, I watch Earth. These governments do not watch Earth. I watch Earth. I protect Earth. I protect you. I protect you. I protect Earth. You're loved. And there's a lot of learning that's going on right now. Things, situations that seem scary. Understand that things are happening just as they should. Many of you, I'm hearing, did I hear that right? Click off the televisions. Propaganda. I just heard propaganda. Lots of propaganda to keep you in fear state. Because if you're in fear state, your vibration's low. And if your vibration's low, confirmation, you can be, you won't be able to manifest if your vibration's low. You need to have a higher vibration to manifest anything good into your life. The less of the news and shit you watch, the better. So, and a lot of that isn't even real. Just saying. I don't even watch TV. I quit watching TV years back. It's been, what has it been, Dad? It's been 6, 7 years for me. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the what. I check my weather app every day just so I know what I'm wearing. And then if I want to watch a show, like a movie, I'll put on a streaming movie with my son every now and again. But I do not watch TV for multiple reasons, all because I'm guided to. And I'm happier for it. If I need to know something, I'll see it through social media. And I gain access because of God. God shows me the things that are really important. Earthquakes, tsunamis, things like that. When to pray. If there's been anything colossal. But a lot of stuff you see on television is just to put you in a state of anger, fear, lower vibrational energies. And that is purposeful. Trust me. You can't do anything in your life from those lower energies. And when you're in them, that's why they do news 20,000 times a day. To keep you in those lower vibrational energies. And then you're working and you're not liking that job too much, probably. Oh, yeah. They really got you under their thumb, too, right? Yeah. Doesn't have to be that way. My channel is about hope, block removal, and becoming your highest and best self. And I'm going to show you how, if you stick long enough. You're going to see me do it. I don't know how, and I don't know when, but you're going to see me do it. I vow it. Because I don't think God's going to lay off of me until I do. When you co-partner with God, that's serious partnership right there. So, yeah. Raise your hand if you're going to be the first multi-millionaire in your family. I am. Because God said so, and it isn't for the money. I'm a humanitarian. You know why I want that? So I can help other people like you. So I can pay my bills. Do you know that me and my kid haven't had a Christmas in like two or three Christmases? I literally didn't get Christmas gifts last year. And we've been being withheld Christmases. I haven't gotten gifts in a long time. My birthday's been forgotten for 2 years straight. I didn't even get a Mother's Day this year. I'm as much as forgotten. That's fine. as long as my kids got. But at some point, I'm gonna get back to it because I love me. And though I'm not about the money, I also deserve to have nice gifts on special occasions as well. And I love Christmas. Celebrating Christ is one of my favorite holidays. It really is. So, like I said, this channel is about healing. It's about motivation, inspiration, hope, becoming your highest and best self. How are we going to do that? Learning, growing, healing together. I want you to see it through me. Not me, really. That was God, really. Like I said, I'm a channel, I'm a healer, I'm a prophet. When I came here, there was no wind. I sat down and the wind picked up, and it hasn't stopped since I left. Until I leave and watch it, then the wind will bite. God's always with me because God is my dad, and He has, in this life, promised He'd be with me. And I'm blessed for it because I'd be utterly alone without Dad. I am an orphan. Confirmation. I'd be utterly alone without Dad. If I didn't have Dad, I wouldn't have nobody. And so He's with me all the time. And I want you to know He's with you too. Each one of you. He created you. He made you. Each one of you is special. We're all His children. I'm nothing special. But we're all special. So in a way, I'm trying to say, don't look at me like, oh, she's so special. No, you're also special. See, each one of us, there's only one of all of us in the universe. There's only one me and there's only one you, which makes both of us rather unique and definitely needed, because you have things about you which makes you one of a kind. As much as I'm one of a kind, you're one of a kind. And He made you like you for a reason. You're here and you've got sets of gifts, skills, character traits, and everything to rise up into your highest self, onto your highest timeline. And I'm here to help you get there, if you want it. I am able to technically do past lives. I can see them. I can detect gifts in other people. And I can heal across all timelines, even past lives, from my understanding. I can do Akashic records with your permission. Your records, your permission. Only you can let me into your records. And we can even go through your records together. And we can look, and we can talk about what's going on with you, with God. This is about getting you on board to the 5th dimension, to the new earth, to bring heaven to earth for you. I want you to know I love you, and I see you. So does God. And that, if you're seeing me, you're seeing God. Not that I am God, but I'm one of His children. And He just chose to talk to and through me to you. And for that I'm blessed, and I'm utterly grateful, and I'm honored. It's an honor to do this. So, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, be well. Take care. And do good things. Bye.